Everyone's got a story. I've got a story, you've got a story. Maybe you're a storyteller and you got to give every detail of every minute of the story, and maybe you're just a straight to the point person like myself. No matter what it is, everyone's story is unique. And when it comes to our faith journeys of how God has worked in our lives, I think oftentimes there's a hesitation to share that story. I think oftentimes there's a temptation to keep quiet about what God has done in our lives. And maybe it's fear, maybe it's intimidation, maybe you're embarrassed about the things that are included in your story, maybe it's something entirely different. But whatever it is, ultimately, if we understand what Christ has done for us, we must understand that He didn't just do it for us. Christ didn't just die for me. Christ died for all. Christ didn't just die so that I could keep quiet. 2 Corinthians 5:15 puts it this way, "And He died for all, that those who live should no longer live for themselves, but for Him who died for them and was raised again." In Matthew 5, He tells the church that we are the light of the world, but what good is a light if it's hidden under a lamp? Sharing our story is such a powerful way that we get to share the light of Jesus with others. Because ultimately, our stories are not our stories. They're His stories. And what good is that story if it's kept a secret? When we share our stories, we're not just sharing what God has done in our lives. We're telling people who God is. We're showing them what He has done for them and ultimately what He can do in their lives. When we share our stories with other believers, we are encouraging them. We are reminding them of the power of Jesus. We are pushing them to love Jesus more and to serve Him. Remember, it's not your story, it's God's story. So no matter how messy, no matter how ugly, embarrassing, no matter how much your story sounds absolutely insane, if you've been changed by the power of Christ, share your story. Galatians 6:14 says this, "May I never boast except in the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, through which the world has been crucified to me and I to the world." So here's my final encouragement to you. Go on and boast, but boast in the power of the Lord and what He's done in your life, and share His story.